What you need? What you need?
Welcome to Wakanda. We're on camera.
We're on camera. We're here.
This is weird.
This is us.
This is weird.
We are
Project Airwaves.
Project Airwaves.
I almost forgot who we were. Sorry, I'm still adjusting to
I know,
this.
right? This is going to be the first actual
weird.
live episode.
Yeah, look at the shirts. Look at the shirts. They're beautiful,
Of
aren't
everything going forward.
they? Yeah, so we're going to keep this short and sweet for our first real video recording. We're really just going to keep it short. We're going to talk about what it was like starting the podcast for us.
The podcast, where we're at now, what we're doing.
Yeah, started from the bottom. Now we're here.
I know, we're beginning and end. What were we doing in the beginning? When did we start this?
We started this January of 2020.
2020.
And
No. Oh, it was.
Yeah.
No. We started
Well,
this.
we started recording
We started
October?
everything in like November.
November of
I wanna say it was
2019.
It was almost November 2019.
And
we were
then-
doing it at the church.
Well, we were testing. Yeah, we
testing-
made
we were
like
testing at the
4 or
church.
5 tester episodes, just to kind of figure out what our feel was going to be, what our vibe was going to be for everything,
Correct.
and then we had to come up with a name.
What was it before? It was Info.
It was Info Airwaves
Yeah,
or something.
Info Airwaves,
Lynn,
something like
Lynn
that.
came up with the name more than anything,
Yeah.
just because I was like more like, oh my god, we got to find editing software, we got to find all these things, and so for me it was like, are you sure you want to do this? And he was like, yeah, let's fucking do this. So we
We started from
recorded.
scratch. We were barely recording from our phones.
Yeah,
before
we
had
had
the whole
2
setup and everything
phones,
like that.
a little tin cup looking thing,
It was a cup, yeah, on the table.
and we would we kind of had to lean in.
I'd be talking and I'd start doing
to
this,
lean
and then I ended
into
up
it.
having to come back.
So if you happen to head out to Anchor, check out our catalog.
Oh yeah, I mean that's one thing we got to announce once we get far.
Episodes, like 1 through, I want to say maybe
35. No.
Right now
First.
we had to reboot.
The first few episodes, yeah.
Well, it's like the first 5 or 10
yeah, it
episodes
was
were
all-
us just on our phones.
It was all off the phone, yeah.
And then we started developing mics. So one of the things I really wanted to focus on as far as getting started with a podcast is it's not easy. You want to make sure you're with people who are going to be committed to the project. This is not some get rich quick scheme. This is not some, I mean, hey, don't get it twisted. You have some people on TikTok and whatever, and they just blow the fuck up.
You know what? I feel like within the last year, what changed more than anything was people were doing podcasts, but TikTok hadn't started yet.
Yeah.
2019 TikTok
Podcasts were
was
really, they're starting to pick up now.
snowballing. Like even Joe Rogan, when he started his, he was doing multiple different sponsors until Spotify bought him out.
Yeah.
Which is also one of our platforms you can listen to.
Yes, Spotify, Apple Music,
Google Music, everything
Anchor.
like that.
Don't forget Anchor.
Anchor does everything.
That's our home away from home. And
It does all the heavy lifting.
Right, we're on YouTube now. We're on Facebook and Instagram and everything. But Anchor is where we got our start. That was where we took our dive, into the deep end. And so when it comes to creating a podcast, you want to make sure you have a name that everybody is going to like. And I don't mean everybody as in your audience. I mean everybody who's a part of the podcast. You want to make sure it's something they're going to like and that they're going to be receptive to, because I guarantee your worst critic is not only going to be yourself, but it's also going to be your colleagues.
I nitpick at so many
You know what I mean?
things.
So it
You know how many
took us
times we
like
had
a
to-
week.
Yeah, it took us a week just to get going. And every time we start something, it's like I'm a perfectionist.
Yes.
Like this setup, this clusterfuck that we decided to start off with.
Yes.
I was everywhere, and D had to keep trying to tell me, "Hey, it's fine. Hey,
Like
this'll
we
work.
just need
Hey,
to
we'll start."
record, and because I get it, Lynn really wanted to make this look high end,
I'm trying to,
professional,
with low budget.
right,
practically.
with little money and time.
Yeah, correct.
And so we did the best we could. We didn't have like a space. We had like Lynn said, we had my old church.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And so we didn't have soundproofing. There was echoes. People were walking in. I had to edit them out and stuff like that. And it was just really, for me, yes, it was stressful, but at the same time, it was a good learning experience, because you're not gonna get this type of stuff watching a YouTube video. You know what I mean?
It's a touch and go. We had to
Yeah.
just learn on the fly.
It's
which
on the job
I
training.
feel like with us creating this and coming at you live now, we're going to be trying to find ways to entertain and bring everybody to an experience of what we have. Because I feel like for me and him, there's a lot of crazy shit that I do.
Yes.
A lot of crazy shit that we've both been through that not the average Joe would tend to go through, especially with my job and security. So, you're gonna get the stories, you're gonna get the laughter, the sadness,
the weird shit.
Yeah,
the weird
the ups
shit.
and downs, a little bit of comedy, a little bit of current events.
We're out there. He's got an Ash Ketchum hat. You'll never.
Yes.
So you'll never get tired of us. I got hair.
Consistency. It'll be consistency. We're really trying to make this a full-time thing. We want to make this a community where everybody can just come, talk, laugh, have a good time, take a little bit of time out of your day when you're stressed and tired and you just don't want to deal with shit, and you come and listen to us.
Well, we want to draw you in, so draw in your family members, your friends, your loved ones, your better half. I mean, it's just a good old time. We're just two dudes. We got something to say, and we're sure you got ears to hear, and you guys have voices of your own. So we want you to kind of piggyback off of what we're saying. You know what I mean? If you feel like you don't have a voice, or if you feel like you don't know where to get started, I really hope that we give you that starting point. I hope that we give you, that jumping off point you're looking for, because it's difficult nowadays with all of the social media. There's so much.
Many different things.
There's so many different avenues. Like before we found Anchor on accident. Because at first we were going to try and focus on Apple Music because everybody was using iPhones and everything.
It was Apple Music and what?
There was a few spots we tried to actually post on, because what it was is you want to make sure you don't just find like one spot to post. You want to make sure you post there and it's going to upload other places.
Yeah, so that was...
So Lynn found Anchor.
Anchor was the huge help that kind of let us shotgun everything out.
And they do it for free.
They do it for free.
They do it for free.
That was a cool thing.
So,
no overhype our sponsor or anything like that. But yeah, definitely.
They're our biggest and best sponsor.
I don't know.
So,
what else you got?
Another thing is, not only make sure everybody agrees on the name, make sure everybody agrees on the direction of the podcast. You want to, I guess, have a good general understanding. Like with me and Lynn, I tell them all the time, look, we're still kind of new to the game. We're still kind of fresh. So we have a little bit of time to still develop our thing.
And he kind of has to beat me into it because, like I said, my lifestyle is very hectic. I go through everything. I'm consistently moving. I'm very big on maximizing my efforts and getting maximum responses to it. So if I don't feel like I'm putting in 100% into something and it's not growing, something's wrong. Something's off. I need to fix it. And
this is long term.
And he's convinced me more times than not that it has to be long term. I can't expect success overnight, even though I feel like it needs to happen.
It sounds great. You know what I mean? And like I said, we've seen the TikTokers and the Facebook people and the Instagram just blow up.
And it comes off with, this is a lot more work than going off of TikTok and Instagram.
Because we're not putting, first of all, I don't want to put out all of my business like that on the internet. Second of all, I don't dance.
I dance.
And he dances.
You can dance if you want to.
You can leave your friends behind.
Copyright. Don't dance.
Copyright. But it's I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't have to do all that extra. You know what I mean?
It's going to be more times than not, which me and him, we tend to debate and go back and forth. I'm so accustomed. Dee's very old school.
Yes.
And I learned to adapt to new age everything. So
some stuff.
The benefit of having that, of having me being exposed to the new shit every single time, especially with how my job is and where I'm at. Being in Las Vegas, you're in one of the biggest cities in the country that gets everything first. Right. D humbles it down by bringing in some of the old school stuff, and then I'm able to meet him in the middle with more of the new high-end stuff. Right. So it's a good collab of old to new, and just, with how our logo and our symbol goes, you've got everything that's happening, everything that's happening on the ground, all the stuff that we deal with on our daily. But D, we've always had that kind of concept of, I pull everything from my day-to-day grind on the ground. And D's always got his head in the clouds, kind of seeing the lighter side of things, pushing past all the bullshit that's happening, not letting all the complications that I deal with.
Try to think beyond. That's really what it is. Exactly. Lynn's on the ground. He's ready to go. So that's the thing.
Consistently going.
I don't mind Lynn going, and it's like, okay, but where are we going? Yeah. So that's where I come in. I'm like the tactician, or I'm like, okay, we're gonna go right and over here, and then we're gonna flank them over there, and then we're gonna bring it all back.
I'll push through it, but coming up,
we need a direction, exactly. And so Lynn had the idea. So like I tell him all the time, this is your dream. You know what I mean? And that's there. Yeah, fuck it. The next golden rule of all of this is respect. You have to respect whoever's in charge or whoever comes up with the concepts or whatever, because everybody needs to feel heard. You know, thankfully it's just the two of us, and we've been best friends for fucking 20 some odd years. Yeah. So it's not hard for me and Lynn to talk and just bounce ideas. We can disagree.
And come to an agreement. Regardless if we disagree or agree, we're able to meet in the middle. Opposed to you get a lot of people that don't. The friendship will get in the way, and then you'll step on toes, and then out of nothing, you're just done talking.
Yeah, they just can't find any common ground. So always make sure it's with somebody you trust. You know, this is a brand new venture for both of us. You know what I mean? It could go either way. Like you'll hear me say in our past episodes, we've seen the analytics. We know who's listening. Mm-hmm. We know what you guys are specifically focusing on. And so we want to try and steer in that direction, but also we want to try new things. Mm-hmm. You know, just like with cooking pasta, you want to know it's done, throw it at the wall, see if it sticks.
I like pasta,
and that's all we're doing. He likes pasta. I love bread.
I'm a master chef.
I mean, it's carbs either way.
Have you seen Oprah? I love bread. And her arms shake. It's like, yeah, she likes bread.
No, see, that just makes me think of I Am Bread. Watching Markiplier.
Oh yeah, the
Rage. Yes, it's so beautiful. You know, another portion of it is allow for stupidity, because it's going to happen.
You have to. I mean, like I said, we see and go through so many different things, and it wasn't obviously planned. We started this podcast in the beginning of one of the worst years in our life.
We had no idea, of course.
We had no idea. COVID hit in March, and we started in January.
Yes.
So we had to deal with,
leading up to, okay, we had just posted. We had just worked out our schedule. Yep. Make sure you guys have a schedule. Always make sure you have a schedule.
The scheduling is consistent.
It's not always easy to stick to.
No.
But make sure you have one to fall back on, because you don't want to meet at random times. You don't want to have stuff that can get in the way. As you know, as you guys have seen in our previous episodes, we try and be as consistent as possible, but life just happens. Yeah. You know, schedule changes. I had to move. He's had some stuff go on. It's just been life. But now that we're back into the routine, we're getting back to our schedule. So always have a schedule, and always make sure you try and meet that schedule. Make sure you're constantly brainstorming. You don't want to wait for other people to give you ideas.
And that's what makes it, that's the biggest thing, is that we're pretty consistent with keeping up with, current events.
Yes.
Everything that's happening, because, we're living in it.
Right.
It's something that we have to do. We're, like you stated, we're average people doing average things. Some more intense than others, different depending on what the day is. But I'm no Jeff Bezos.
Right.
There's no fluctuation of money coming in, so we try to make the most with what we have.
Yes.
We want to make this podcast, like I said, a community where people can come and laugh, have a good time, keep up to date, because a lot of things I don't know about until we start recording.
Yeah.
And I'm so focused on what's happening in town that when shit's happening around the world, he has to be the one to tell me.
Yeah.
So, and benefits with the camera now, I can talk with my hands. Yeah.
Hi.
I don't know. He knows a little bit about us. Where do we start? I do hotel security, so I do come across a lot of things off the strip. I'm not going to name the place just for.
I mean, yeah. To be on the safe side.
More or less. But I did graveyard for 5 years, going into day shift, so I do come across a lot of the hustle and bustle. I do have an MMA background. I've done boxing, kickboxing. I did jiu-jitsu for 4 to 5 years. So combat's always been a big thing in my life. That's the reason why I feel like I have a really good sense of.
He's a fighter. Like fighter.
I have a really good sense of control when it comes to things happening. When shit hits the fan, like there'd be a fucking car crash or an explosion like that. I've seen so much of so many things. I'm not active military, but I've been around so many. We know enough. Yeah, exactly. I've been around enough stuff to be like, I know how to adapt to things.
Right.
And this podcast scares the shit out of me.
It does.
Anything
like right
else,
now,
I'm good.
This is weird.
Yeah.
This is weird because I'm used to
being
able to just like make weird faces and whatever, and being like, okay, as long as I keep my tone under control, it's fine. Now I'm like, oh, I can't.
It's a spotlight too, because the ring light is right there, so I'm staring through the halo.
Like, oh
yeah.
Hey. But this by no means is our permanent setup.
No. Tell them a little bit about you. Like, what else?
I mean, what's there to know about me? I'm just so damn beautiful. I mean, I walk into the room and I'm like, hey. All right, if you didn't get a good gist of my character from that, I'm a fucking weirdo. Sorry. Edit. I'm a weirdo. I'm a whack job. I like to have fun. I've done security. I've done call center work. I've just done everything. I don't like to talk about the normal side of me, the part of me that everybody goes through, because everybody has a 9 to 5. Everybody has a little bit of quirkiness. I want to talk about, I'm imaginative. I like to be outgoing with my ideas, not myself, because I'm an introvert, but I like to be outgoing with my ideas. I always like to try new things. I always like to take what we have and then try to upgrade it, try and take it to the next level, because I don't like getting stuck into routines. And
I'm a big
we've fallen into that with our work.
The routines drive me fucking crazy.
Yeah, so with me getting older, you know what I mean, and knowing that life is, tomorrow's never promised. So with me, with this podcast, I just really wanted to make sure that we got off the ground and that we stayed in the air. So that's why, it was one of the biggest reasons we adopted our saying, keep your head in the clouds and your feet on the ground, because you always want to be forward thinking. You always want to be thinking ahead. And that's something I embrace very strongly, is to always be thinking ahead. Whatever's in front of you is always going to be in front of you. There's always going to be an obstacle, you know what I mean? But what's beyond that obstacle? What's next? What's after I clear this path? What's after I level up? So I'm that guy. I'm a background guy. I like to be behind the scenes. Lynn has been working with a lot of our social media stuff because, like he said, I'm old school. I'm good with technology. I'll get the phone set up, get the computer, the mics and all that stuff. That's me. I'm working on the website, editing and all that stuff. He's like the poster boy.
I'm really good with making a presence. I've always been comfortable with public speaking. Even at my job, I'm a defensive tactics instructor going on with security and stuff like that. So I'm accustomed to speaking in large groups, doing jiu-jitsu.
But he doesn't like to talk into his mic.
I am sorry. Hi. Yeah, so I've always been more open. You can put me in a crowd of people and I'm able to be comfortable enough with it. I have more insecurities when it's just me and one person. Yeah. You put me with me and one person, funny. I suck at it. Like I'm not really good at approaching a single individual and talking to you like a normal person. I will talk like a robot.
I'm the opposite too.
Him, yeah, he can have
me alone, one-on-one.
Good. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. But then with me, you put me in a crowd, I'm good to go.
Now I'm going to sit in the corner.
Sit in the corner. So we balance each other out relatively well. Yin and yang.
Yin and yang.
Yeah. Yin
wow.
and yang.
Wow. Another thing, when it comes to, getting your uploads, make sure you try and be consistent with your upload schedule. Like I said, we do the best we can with what we got.
We get one up a week, but we're trying to...
We try to make it no more than 2 weeks apart at worst. Right. And that was one of the most recent events, was because we had the new year. Of course, we had the elections going. I had to move. I started a new schedule. Like I said, these are just day-to-day routines, so we've adjusted, but try and keep on a routine schedule. Also, make sure somebody is tech savvy enough to keep up with your hardware. Because while you guys see us have our setup now, this by no means was the case. He had a Galaxy S whatever, and I had some type of LG BS phone.
We both had to upgrade. I mean, the phones do carry a lot, and down the road we will get cameras and everything.
Yeah, like that. We'll get the microphones on the phones and everything.
I'm so paranoid that the camera's not even recording. It's recording.
It right? Is. It's okay. See, now you guys get to see how we sweat.
I hate it. I don't need it.
I know. Water. So, just something we wanted to put out there. Like we said, this is our first real recording. We've tried it before, but it didn't work out to our liking. So, we're just going to,
I feel like this one will be good. I like this up. The setup's good. I think we're good.
We're good.
Go.
We're good.
We're going to try and make this a consistency with the videos, but you will still get the weekly uploads when it comes to audio. Merchandise is coming. Obviously, you can see that.
On the way.
We have more and more merchandise going, more logos and everything to go with it. Business cards are coming. Yes. Web page is coming.
Website's coming, definitely.
I'm super fucking stoked. Yes. I cannot wait till this becomes such an avenue for right. Like to start a group. Like we want everybody in, everybody join, everybody push their thoughts.
Yes.
Use us to voice out how you feel. Or the shit that we go through, maybe you can compare. Right. I got people who tell me we have patrons.
Yes.
Our Patreon. Yeah.
Please.
Yes.
Check out our Patreon.
Yeah, we have a Patreon account. The Patreon is a huge help for us. It helps fund everything that we're trying to do because, like I said, we're working with scraps here.
Yeah. And that's what it all comes down to. Make the best out of what you got. So if you don't have a lot, we spent, I think, $50-$60 on our mics. They're by no means the greatest, but
it still gets the job done.
We get good quality.
Same thing. The stands they're standing on, $18. The ring light, $18.
Right. It's very cheap, but we're making it work.
We're making it work. And I think
the thing is, make sure you have something to say. You know what I mean? With any type of podcast or just you putting yourself out there, make sure you have something to say. Don't just say shit just to say shit.
Say something. I'm giving up on you.
Oh my God. I just can't. do you see what I have to work with?
Okay.
So, when you have something to say, when you're knowledgeable about the topic at hand, you can talk about it. You'll notice a lot of our episodes are 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40, 50 minutes because we're talking about stuff we know about. We're not, I've never been a fan of just.
Yes, it's not word vomit. Anything that we're putting out, it's like, check you every single time if it comes to nutrition, if it comes to I'm big on sports, if it comes to current events around the world. I'm very good at getting facts. The same thing with him. So we're not going to just bullshit whatever the fuck is going on.
I don't like bullshitting.
No, everybody has a phone so you can Google search shit. So we're going to get everything to the top of our knowledge and we're not going to feed you any kind of nonsense.
Yes.
I'm going to give you high quality organic meat, not that Kroger based watered down.
It's that high quality H2O.
High quality H2O.
Yeah. He's talking about meat. I'm hungry. He's hungry and healthy. I'm thinking of a double bacon Western cheeseburger.
That was good.
He wants a Beyond Burger. So
anyways, to wrap it up. Yeah, check us out. We've got Facebook,
send us your comments,
Instagram,
feedback. Yes, check us out on YouTube. Subscribe, ring the bell. Check us out on Facebook. We have 2 pages. Oh, you want to punch? Punch that like button.
Punch the like button.
Punch the like button. I'll pull a Philly D. Punch the like button, or I'll choke you.
Yeah.
No, that sounds too much like a threat. We'll just keep it on from there. We have Facebook. We have Instagram. Check us out. Find us. We're Project Airwaves. We'll put our email in the description.
Yes, sir.
We'll put the links to all of our social media and everything.
Yes.
The website is under construction, so what you see now will not be the final product.
No.
We're tweaking some stuff. We're messing with some things, and so it's a work in progress. I just thank you for your patience. I ask for a little more time and a little more patience. We're getting there.
We got it.
Lynn's pumping out merch like I almost said.
Yes.
He's pumping out merch like crazy.
I'm driven.
He wants that. He wants the merch. That's our merch man. So he's gonna give you hats. That's why he's got his Ash Ketchum hat.
Give you shirts,
one day you'll have a Project Airwaves hat, and maybe a D and Lynn or something. That nice little logo.
That'll be cool.
If anybody wants to get that tattooed, that would be so awesome for the repping the brand. Thank you.
Yes.
Just putting that out there. All right. So to wrap this up. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. That's all.
Okay.
I'm D.
This is Lynn.
We're Project Airwaves.
Project Airwaves.
Signing out.
Back again.
Sexual chocolate. You did good.
You did real good.
Cha-cha-cha. And peace.